folks, welcome back. In Empire Total War, playing as the Swedes. Left off last time with war being declared against the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth. We're moving our armies in to take Lithuania itself. Alright, and we'll begin by ending the turn. Spies moving down into Lithuania itself. The priests follow up. Our merchantmen are continuing their way down into the central Atlantic. The Russians are continuing to build up forces along this road. Damn. I hoped it wouldn't have come to this. That puts me in a bit of a pickle. Well, I need to defend St. Petersburg. I can't afford to lose it to the Russians. Looks like we already know what our second battle will be.
There is a port in this region that has not yet been developed. Select the type of port to construct here. A fishing port will help your population grow. A trade port will provide...
Let's see if we can get any technology from the British. Will you trade Hold Bayonet Cancer? No. About France. We're on good relations with you. For either of those, both of those. How about for just one of them? We'll go with what I don't say. English is a very difficult language, you know. It would appear. Can we get an alliance with France? No. Unfortunate. Either way, we have a navy, and we can't use it yet. We'll use our agent to keep an eye on Livonia. Infiltrate it. What do they have here? Nothing of immense value. Recruit a new general. We'll have this army lay siege. We'll begin training some new line infantry here. Help us defeat the Russians. But most importantly, we're going to need the main army over there soon enough. And it's going to need some artillery. I will just use the artillery here. We'll need a naval academy soon. But for now, we'll invest in some entertainment for the people. The Russian army will be able to reach Petersburg next turn. Do we have anything, just that unit of cav? Cool unit of militia here to defend that. I don't like leaving Sweden itself vulnerable to the Danes, but I don't really have much of an option here, fighting both the Commonwealth and the Russians. If we can quickly knock the Commonwealth out of the war with us, and then focus all of our attention on the Russians, we might be able to pull that off. Maybe. But I don't see any way to end a war with Russia until after we take Moscow. Alright, let's see. So we have a successful mission here. We'll have to lay siege to this town. I don't have the men to take it on directly. Do we have any spare? We have a spare line infantry. We'll send that down. And we'll go with the military governor's palace. That'll allow us to create lines right here. Alright. We're gonna need more recruit. Hey, we recruit even Sakers here. Either way, we need to bring the fight to the Russians. As well, is it possible? It's our monetary situation. So we're making a decent amount of cash, not a lot. What's the taxes in Stockholm? Are they? What's the center policies? Tax nobility a bit more. How does that affect our overall? Doesn't give us a lot more. Gives us enough. This gives +3 to lower classes. Not especially useful, but this does lower class. Yes, it's the same building. So you're gonna need a unit of cav soon enough. So we'll save any funds we have for next turn and recruit some more. Alright, so let's hope the Commonwealth or the Russians have a force they can quickly bring up to oppose me. We're gonna have to invest more in trade to get more money coming in. I don't really sense none of the nations I'm at war with really have a naval force that I need to worry about. I should think about investing in there and increasing my navy so I can go to war with naval power like Denmark. That is a bit worrying what Corbin's doing. Oh no, they got the spy. It's not as if it's a huge setback, but in terms of reconnaissance, it's gonna hurt later. More troops are reporting in Ingria. It's very good. We'll get 2 merchantmen ready. The fleet arrives in the Gold Ivory Coast. That was the ivory that this brings in. Yeah, that's already giving a decent tell. 36 per unit of ivory. We're bringing in 20 tusks. Let's see. So, sugar is not going to be as valuable, but it'll help dramatically. And we won't be saturating the market with only one good, so the price will stay higher. Alright, so we'll invest. Should we invest in an opera house? We'll invest in an opera house here in Ingria. I'll invest in a sloop to protect the merchant later. So we have a somewhat formidable force to attack the Russians. See if we can bait them into attacking us. I don't think the Poles really have a force to attack us with. Should we continue the siege? Their happiness is really high. I think we'll launch an attack. We'll save real quick in case the game crashes. And alright. Enough, it'll load in. Until then, we have to look at this beautiful picture. with mortars firing through this. I actually don't remember the term for these woven caskets. So, yeah. But we can see the city in the background that the American force, at least I can assume these are American forces, are laying siege to. It's a pretty good quote, the British.
Holding some cavalry in reserve in the center gives you flexibility. As the battle takes shape, you can move them quickly to where they're needed.
So this time, not only do I actually have cavalry, unlike the previous battle, I actually have a solid unit of infantry. And if I desperately need it, I can switch out the bayonets for the plug bayonet. Not really my favorite thing to do, but it works in a pinch. Put the general here. We'll hide the cavalry on the flank here. And we'll start the battle. And they're out of range. And let's fast forward a little bit. So the only real unit I have to worry about is the general. Wolf. Man, never mind. Please make my job easy. Alright, guess we're focusing on the pikemen. I don't know why the general's bodyguard's going that way. But I do play without the flags off. I think it kind of clutters the screen. I don't really like that. So, if you guys would prefer I have it on, just let me know and I'll switch it back on. It's no big deal to me. Let's wait until I get a bit closer. Let's see if I can get the pikes to do what I want this time. They're not exactly where I want them. Alright, and we'll slow down now. With the cav. Are these musketeers? Yes, they are. I'll have the further shoot the general. I don't know why they're going forward, but we'll deal with that. It's enough. Get rid of the fire locked arm citizenry. It'll be easy to break. At least it should be easy to break. I wish these cannons had canister. It's so much easier. Have the cavalry mop up their general. Just make the line longer. Okay, my poor pikemen are taking losses due to being in front of the cannons. So, we'll fix that issue. And it appears we've killed their general. It's very good. And they're broken. Break them in a moment. We'll use the cannons to keep suppressing them. And we'll put the general behind the line infantry. And that's the end of this battle. It's another heroic victory. Another victory for a victory that negates the loss so far of having to fight 2 wars at once. Taking land away, it's not along the Baltic coast. I would have rather had Gdansk. Or is it Danzig in this game? I can check in a moment. Don't be afraid. I think that's glorious aspirations for me to keep Sweden. It's Gdansk. I would have much rather had Gdansk. It would have been much closer to Stockholm, much easier for me to reinforce in the case of war. But I don't have that option. Looks like this town was relatively built up, so I'm going to take full advantage of that. Oh, that was either agent. Captured Lithuania. Next turn, we'll have a fair bit of money which to throw around to continue this campaign. And I just got an achievement, a new Rome, which is to capture 100 regions. There you go. Before this campaign, I've captured and held 99 regions. I think my next step should be to reinforce the army in Lithuania and take up that undefended Polish settlement. Looks like I'm going to have to lower those taxes. Well, it's in the occupied province, so I'll deal with that. I want to draw it. That's where I'll draw the line. And strike, letters of demand. Nations destroy Portugal. We'll have this group up here. Let's see if we can increase the prosperity of the home region first. I'd rather have a very secure source of income than one that is very wealthy but hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, let's see. Shall we continue the drive to Moscow? Or shall we try and knock the Poles out of this war for good? We'll reinforce them. So we have this really, really good unit of cav up here. And we'll... yeah. Finland should be fine. It's relatively isolated. I should be able to get troops to it, so I'll send the cav down here. Yeah, more. And alright, so I think that'll conclude this episode. So let me know down in the comments. Should we name regiments? Shall we continue to drive to Moscow? Should we knock one out of the war? Alright, I'll see you next time.